Natural Sponge is here back again live on our podcast. We're here in the podcast room. It has actually cooled off a little bit now, and I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you guys for listening to Natural Sponge and Friends podcast. This is number 5 for us, and we're going to keep them moving. We're going to keep busting them out with every guy we can. We might pull off BP. You know that guy down the street that we always see at the gas station? Hashtag gas station gang. The guy that throws the he threw the, what do you call it, the mat or the rug? Yeah. Let's see, next time we're in, let's see if we can get him in. I feel like if he drove over, he would drive his Expedition or Explorer into our living room. Like, I'm here, man.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy. Make sure you keep following us on Instagram, Twitter, at NaturalSponge23. Make sure you get on and email us. Get involved. We had a question up on the Twitter about Barry Bonds. Should he be in the Hall of Fame or not? I think it was like 15-1 yes. The one guy said no, he can go kick rocks. And Pete Rose, I know old Steve from Myrtle Beach is ready to talk about the Barry Bonds and Pete Rose issue. Probably talk some Cubs, probably talk some Gamecock football, probably talk some bad boy Alan Smothers of Sports Talk Radio down here at the beach. But always excited to have different guys on. Tonight we have a guy, and I got this ready. You don't have to say anything yet, buddy. I got this ready. I'm going to read this to you. This guy is a sophomore at William Peace University, a pitcher from Carolina Forest High School. He grew up best friends. If you guys listen to podcast number 4, Josh Hester, best friends with Josh. But Austin Padgett is in the house tonight. He is a hard-throwing wild man that was a go-to guy on the mound for the Wizards from the beginning. Padgett held our innings pitched and strikeout records for multiple years. Austin was tough as nails, a guy that struck out the next batter in 2015 right after getting hit by a line drive in the face that we will talk about on here tonight. After that, he hit a double. Padge is the epitome of what it takes to be a Diamond Wizard. Padge, we loved you with the Wizards. We love you now. Thanks for coming over, big guy.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to be here.
He's always happy. He looks happy. The hair looks phenomenal.
It's a lot to deal with, but it's worth it.
I'm sure. I want to get you together with Connor Walters was on podcast number 3, and he's got that surfer. He doesn't have the volume you have with the curls and the everything, but
it takes experience to have
does it?
Have.
Well, see, I'm letting my flow go back out. Braden has some nasty flow.
You should go back to what you had in high school, the blonde.
I want to, but we got some stuff coming up like that. I got to look professional for, so I got to kind of keep that. But after that, I'm gonna go back to Backstreet Boys. You know, something boy bandish. Keep everybody on their toes. But you think I should do that for real?
100%.
Oh, I love that. Let's do it. You gonna do yours like that for the season next year?
If we make the postseason,
let's do it.
That'd be great.
Oh, if you got to get the if out of there, 100%. Again, thanks to everybody that's been sharing and spreading the word. We've had over 300 views on just our first 3 podcasts on YouTube. Again, we are rookies. I'm a country boy from Rural Hall, North Carolina, and we are still figuring out how to get everything cleared and uploaded onto Apple Podcast, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Podcasts as well. So we're going to be on every single place you can find podcasts, and they will be in order once we get them up on those. Until then, continue working with us and listen to us on YouTube. Austin, you when are you going back to school?
Josh goes Friday or tomorrow. I go Saturday.
So you go Saturday. Yeah. You guys, you aren't living together. You're living in a dorm or an apartment?
I'm living in an apartment. He has to live on campus for a year.
Gotcha. For everyone listening out there, and I know I talked to one of the pitching coach there the other night. He's a guy that watched me growing up playing, and then actually was blessed enough to coach him at the collegiate level. Dylan Finks is the pitching coach there.
Love that guy.
Oh yeah, and once he got the job there, I had no idea. I'd heard of Peace. I'd heard of William Peace University.
No, you haven't.
Oh, I had. I grew up in Rural Hall, right near Winston-Salem. Big Duke fan. Spent a lot of time. I knew some girls down at NC State back in the day. We go to State, drive by Duke all the time. Went to a couple Duke games, and hate Carolina, so I knew where that was. And we actually, when I was coaching at Stanley, we played Wake Tech. Wake Tech played at Cary at the USA Baseball Complex. So I didn't realize at the time until Phoenix got the job there how phenomenal of a educational academic school that place is.
It's tough there. It was definitely a slap in the face when I first got there.
Right, you're like, I'm going D3. I'm the dude that's going to go throw gas, and who cares?
I mean,
and now you're like, shit.
I'm still that guy, but I mean, I definitely in the fall when I get there, my first class is this business class that focuses on HR, and I'm in that class, and for the first 4 weeks, it's like she spoke Chinese. Like, it was insane. Like, I
had no idea what she's talking about.
Couldn't keep up. Didn't know how to until I just kind of went, well, my parents are paying for this, and they ain't paying for it again, so
right.
I don't have a choice.
Right. So you were able to get through it, obviously, going to be a sophomore. Josh is about to experience it for the first time. I remember my first year like it was yesterday, especially my first like 2 months, because it kind of becomes a routine after that. But did you struggle at all? Because when I was at Morris Hill, when you go to all your little meetings that you have to do before, and you're learning time management was the thing that they always talked about. Did you find any difficult in time management and being able to, number one, get places on time, spend your time wisely, and was it a struggle? Did you feel rushed through the day, or did you eventually become pretty good at it and, kind of become a grown-up, I guess?
I mean, the thing about Peace is that the campus is almost like it's on a block, so it's everything's kind of next to each other. Like
right.
the
Condensed together.
Yeah, the classes are probably like a 2-minute walk
nice.
from seat to from bed.
Nice.
So it's almost not time management. It's just doing something productive with the time that you have,
right?
And not just doing something to get your mind off of missing home.
Right.
I was a big homesick guy.
Okay. A lot of guys are. A lot of guys get that way, for sure.
My mom's my best friend, and being away from her, it killed me. It sucked.
Patsy. I love Patsy. Shout out to Patsy.
Love Patsy. So just it was rough, but I was a totally different person coming back in April than I was going there in September.
Well, the first time I saw you in probably about a year and a half or close to 2 years was when you guys came to the St. James Somerville game. Shout out to Cole Messina.
Cole Messina, stud.
Let's go, baby.
Stud. Go
I'm going to start the Cole Messina game fan club for you, big dog. By the way, shout out to Somerville High School. I am putting this out here on our podcast. I'm going to tag one of your coaches in it. I have wanted a Somerville High School hat, the green one with the white ass outlined in gold. With it says Green Wave or some wave on the back. All right, I've been wanting a hat from you guys since I moved down here 7 years ago when one of your coaches coached in the BCBL with me. So I'm putting this out there. Shoot me a message on Twitter or Instagram, whatever it is, and I will give you my address. I'll shoot you $20 for the hat. Like, let's make this happen. I want to wear a Somerville hat in my podcast at all times.
Yeah. Somerville ended my high school career, so fuck Somerville.
No, dude, Cole Messina's a stud though.
He's fine.
He's fine. just I hate losing.
Yeah,
He's that guy. So obviously you're in the Diamond Wizards Baseball Hall of Fame.
Duh.
And he's like first ballot guy. And see, Josh, your buddy, he's a little butthurt. He wasn't eligible for he wasn't on the first ever Wizards team. You know what I mean? You have to go year by year. Was he good enough? Yeah, we can't break rules that we make. You know what I mean?
If you make the rules, then you just make them up as you go along, right?
That's how we do, man.
Yeah.
But we were talking, and I wrote it in your article or in your little player profile for the Hall of Fame, talking about we were just talking about it just a bit ago before we got on the got hot on the mics. You came in to pitch, and because our guy we had that started, what happened to him?
He shall remain nameless, but he could not get one out.
He could not. So it was one of them times where he probably was like, I'm good. I don't have to stretch. I'm good. I'm gonna go shove.
It wasn't the first time.
And we were what? He walked the first 4, I think.
At least.
I think it's got to be 4 because I never let a guy go 5. If you walk 1, well, he's going to score because if you walk a guy, he's going to score, especially the leadoff guy of the game. You walk the other one, now my clipboard is about bent in half. You walk another one, I'm laughing at you now because it's on you. It's not on me. You walk the 4th one, get off the mound. You know what I mean? So you come in, and what happens after that?
I don't remember some of that game. I get out of the jam. We get through. The first.
I think we're down 3-0 to start.
Yeah.
3-0 after top first.
That sounds all right. And Not credited to me. I mean, just throw it out there.
Coaching staff.
Not my runs. But the fourth inning, there's a man on first. There's one out. I remember that. I remember the situation.
It's having flashbacks now.
Yeah, it's there's this big old like 6'5", 14-year-old.
Yeah, we were playing a team from St. Louis. We had lost 23 straight. Again, hotbed for baseball. Go ahead. Sorry.
And there's too much steroids in the chicken nuggets, man. These kids are getting too big.
Oh, it's awesome.
One.
You gotta love it. You don't have to put the needle in the butt no more. You're good to go.
No, so of course, being me, I go, oh, I'm fastball. I got this guy, whatever. I leave him this fastball. I couldn't put on a tee better for him, number one. The last thing I remember is him making contact. That ball, exit velo 110, hits me right on the cheekbone. And it ricochets. I think Josh was playing either second or center field. And it goes to Josh, and we get the out at second.
Yeah, we did. It was like a force.
Yeah, it was a force at
force to second base.
And I blacked out on the mound.
Like the kid wasn't done swinging, and the ball had already bounced off your face.
Yeah, and I get up. There's dirt all over my face, and I yell at whoever's playing second base. It could have been Jesus Christ for all I know. I don't remember. And I go, why don't we turn the fucking double play? Like, what are we doing? And I'm just
let me interject on this one. As soon as the ball is hit and it hits Austin, I remember I literally had a flashback when I was coaching at Stanley. We had a kid, Carlos Kelly. I recruited him. I loved him. He had a crazy good arm. He had a decent round of BP that day. So I was like, he's something we work with at the JUCO level. He comes in, can't hit water if he fell off a boat. Huge cliche, but he would levitate, I promise you, at this point. And he was getting mental about it. But he was standing the right field foul pole and put it on a line to third base. So I'm like, you ever pitched before? So he throws like 7, 8 bullpens. He's like, I obviously can't hit. I don't want to hit. Screw this.
I feel him.
Yeah. So he starts throwing bullpens for us. We're working every day. He's going through like balance drills, all this stuff every night. And his first outing, bro, a guy hits a line shot, hits him right in the side of the face. And I'm the first one out there like I was with you. And his whole jaw is crushed in on the other side of his face. He's like, oh, good. I'm good. I can throw. I'm good. Blood is pouring. There's teeth laying on the ground. I'm about to puke, right? So I just give a little sign over to, it might have even been my mom at the time, or it wasn't Coach Lamb, but, they call 911. His mom comes out on the field. Like, we're, like, taking him off the field. So I'm expecting this whole – he's good, by the way. Now he got married, has a beautiful kid.
Nice smile, probably.
Yeah, it does look a lot better. They made the ugly rascal look better. But no, we should have Carlos on and talk about that sometime, because that was a scary moment, dude. But anyway, he as soon as that ball hit you, I like literally just put my head down for a second and was like, geez, man, this is about to be another Carlos Kelly thing. And no offense to him or anybody, he was 19 at the time, or 18, 19. You were like 14, 13, 14. Yeah, like 13. That's the scariest shit ever, dude. So you get up, you're pissed off, you want to turn a double play. I come out and I'm asking if you're good. Umpires are there. I think Ripken, a lady from Ripken, comes out.
Oh yeah.
And
sure she did. Yeah. Don't remember it, but sure she did.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, and she was gorgeous too. You should have remembered it. But,
bummer, man.
Huge wreck.
Yeah.
But she, they. I don't know. I think I would have probably pulled you. They're like, no, he's good to go. No signs of concussions. If you guys see this guy today, he definitely has had concussions. And, no, I'm kidding. But you come back and you get out of that inning. You get a double. I think your next at bat, you hit a double. I'm like, damn, I guess he's good.
When I could hit.
Yeah, when you could hit. And so you throw the rest of the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
And what happened?
We won, break the 23 game losing streak.
We broke the record, baby. I need a high five across the let's go. We finally ended the pain that was Diamond Wizards baseball at the time. Guys were getting better, though. We just didn't have a lot of
factor.
Yeah, we weren't good from top to bottom.
No.
And I was a guy, especially as a young coach at the time, I thought you could interject and put in to guys the it.
Mm-hmm.
You could how many speeches did I give that were like 2 hours long, right? And like I'm over here jacked up wanting to run through a brick wall for myself.
I enjoyed them, but
right?
it just became redundant with some of the guys.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like, oh, he's going to talk again, and then we're staring off at the moonlights.
One of those guys aren't playing in college now either.
100%. Yeah. That's the difference, and I think that's why we coached last year and did a team for the Wizards. That team was we were bad too. and we had some talent. I mean, hell, BP was 12 playing against 17, 8-year-olds and shoving, you know what I mean? But we had nobody else around him. And we had a couple guys that I thought, I mean, Colin Flood, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think he got cut again.
I feel his pain. Yeah.
Like, I thought he was I think he's a stud. I think he could play college baseball at some level, and he's yet to make a team. And again, if you listen to me, I'm getting pumped over here because I'm getting good at my segues. You got a Michael Jordan story yourself, right? Because if you guys know Colin Flood, or if you might knows the Wizards, Flood's been a big asset to the Wizards for 4 or 5 different teams in our program, and he's yet to make the team at his high school. And what happened with you?
Well, when I was in high school, the 7th and 8th grade team is called the B team at Carolina Fords High School. I never made that. 8th grade was for
Why didn't you? You threw hard, and like you worked out all the time. You did the workouts with lessons. You were a sound pitcher. You were a little wild, but you threw hard. I'm like, hey, let's go put him in a jam on JV as a 7th grader, and let him see if he can get out of it. Like your benefit to the dugout is my number one thing too with guys.
I just think I wasn't in kind of that group, and you see that a lot at the high school level.
Every high school level,
obviously,
politics, baby.
And then obviously when I got on a team my sophomore year after I didn't make it my freshman year. I was our ace on JV.
So you got cut your 7th and 8th grade year of B team.
Mm-hmm.
You got cut your freshman year.
Freshman year JV. Yeah.
I mean, that's all well and good. You made it your sophomore year and you were the ace. That's what you just said, right?
Yeah.
All right, what do you do about that one? Let's hold that for a second.
Yeah.
Why the hell do you try out a third time? Like the first time, think about a normal person, a normal kid, right? I'm gonna go try out here for this team, for this sport. I get cut. Oh, well, you just got to work harder next year, buddy, and then you got to do that, right? And then you go back the second time, and you get cut again. What does every kid do?
Goes home, cries about it.
They hang it up,
forgets
right?
about it, yeah.
You're done. You go fish, you go play ping pong, you go bowl, you go play lacrosse, something. Golf, something. How do you go back the third year? Like, that's got to be a mental...
4th year.
Your 4th year.
There was never another plan. Like there was never another doubt in my mind that this is what I'm gonna do. There was never a moment to me that, because I had faced guys that were on that team, and I made them look stupid during the summer, and it was just, to me, I knew how good I was. I just wanted somebody else to see me. And have that confidence in me. And when you have the confidence in yourself, even when I was a freshman, a sophomore in high school, I didn't know what I could become.
Right.
And even a senior in high school, I had no idea how good I was until I got to college, and Finks allowed me to be myself.
Right, and that's the big thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it just, to me, there was never a moment where I thought to myself, oh, I'm just gonna stop. Just because somebody says I'm not good enough. Think of me being 40 years old. I think of this all the time. Think of me being 35, 40 with 2 kids, hopefully, shit.
Wait that long.
Yeah, and just looking back and saying, oh, damn, what would have happened if I would have tried out, for baseball? What if I could have gone and played college baseball? Because to me, there was never another option to not playing college baseball. I've always wanted to do that. But major leagues is major leagues. People get paid to play a kid's game. But I've always wanted to be able to say I played college baseball at the next level.
That's awesome, man. That's incredible. So with that, moving on from there was a coaching change, right, at the high school, and that goes back to somebody believed in you, or at some point somebody gave you a chance. Mm-hmm. I think back about that all the time. I got one guy that I say it all the time, and people it's cliche, but I literally some nights laying in the bed watching The Office trying to go to sleep, I'm thinking about my man Giovanni Thomas. Okay, he's a Josh. You met Giovanni? Yeah, you met Giovanni. And he lives in Jersey. He's from New York. His dad passed away a few years ago, and we've we're tight. When I coached him, I feel like we're brothers even more than ever now. Since then, we talk a lot. Beautiful. I just had a beautiful little baby boy named Joel's.
Congrats on the sex, man.
Oh yeah, and he's a left-handed guy, left-handed hitter, and at Market, obviously you played many games at Market Commons.
Mm-hmm.
Field whatever 5 or whatever it is. When you're walking into 1-2, the one on your right, he hit a ball with a wood bat off the top of that building one time. It's like a 470 shot, dude.
Good God.
And like he went to a Phillies workout, hit like tons of balls out in front of the guys, and he got calls every day of the draft. Got calls on day 1, calls on day 2, calls on day 3, and he's installing security alarms up in Jersey.
Wow.
And it's just that one guy that believes in you, and when you get that, you got to make the most of it. You know what I mean? Like to me, it kills me that I tried everything I could talking to guys, pro scouts, guys that had like connects with guys, and just never had that chance. Even as an independent guy, like if he played 1 year in the Frontier League, a Major League Baseball team is picking him up for sure.
And yet Tim Tebow is in Double-A.
And dude, you can I can't even hold the F word back on that one. That is the biggest piece of trash I've ever seen. Not Tim Tebow is not the biggest piece of trash.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. He does a lot for people. He's a tremendous person. God-fearing man. He's a tremendous person. But there's no way. That's funny you say that because me and Giovanni had talked about it many times. He gets a chance because he's Tim Tebow, but Giovanni doesn't because he's Giovanni. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
An outspoken, and no offense, dog, I don't know if it's Puerto Rican, Dominican, and African American. There's something in there, and he like doesn't get a chance. He's an outspoken, tatted up, black dude that hits bombs and will he hit that bomb and he'll watch it too. But dude could hit, and we're over here letting guys go. And my dad will tell you a funny story about I got a call from the White Sox. I forget what year it was. It was day 3 of the draft, and they're talking to me about money and stuff, and we're sitting there I'm like, all right, let's go. It's time when you had the old dial-up internet. You know what I mean? That's how old I am.
You sure they didn't have rotary phones back then?
Yeah, right. And so we're waiting. We're listening to it on MLB.com, listen to the draft, and I'm like, let's go. I'm pumped. Let's go. Just got off the phone, and they're like, with the whatever pick, they literally say the Chicago White Sox favor draft whatever Gretzky, the son of Hall of Fame hockey player, NHL player Wayne Gretzky. And I'm like, bruh, salty, dude.
Yeah.
Crush, man. It's crazy. So you get cut 7th, 8th, 9th.
Mm-hmm.
You go back, somebody believes in you, you get a chance, you're the ace. How's the rest of your career at the high school play out?
To be honest, not very well. To be completely honest with you. And I can say that looking back on a college season where I was, probably the second best reliever out of the pen, as a freshman. Junior year of high school, I partially tore a muscle in my back, and I tried to pitch through it, and I did pitch through it for a while because I'm not that guy to sit down.
Right.
They'll learn about that later. We'll talk more about that later. But I tried to pitch through it, couldn't pitch through it. There was actually a story where at St. James High School, and I'm not pitching very well because I partially tore my oblique in the bottom left of my back and on the left side, and I couldn't get over and throw at all.
Right.
And,
so you're just trying to dog through.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get it, grind it out.
And my coach comes out. He goes, "You're injured, right?" I'm like, "Oh, well, if you take me out, when am I pitching next?" He goes, "Get off my fucking mound." And I'm like, "Well, it's a valid question."
It is.
And so junior year didn't turn out that well. We get eliminated in playoffs after 2 games. It became a trend. Senior year, I pitched okay.
Ouch.
Yeah, but whatever. I didn't play all the games, so whatever.
I just throw the ball, baby. Spoken like a true PO too. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing out there. I just throw the ball.
And then this past year, it just had trouble throwing strikes, just having confidence in myself, and because coaching staff and other features of the team didn't allow me to be myself. Right. I was almost a shell of what somebody wanted me to be.
Right.
And which also going to college helped me a lot with that.
It makes you grow up fast.
You're living by yourself. You gotta go buy toilet paper.
Yeah, whoa, what?
The first time I spent $7 on toilet paper, I was like, shit.
Literally.
Literally. No pun intended. But I mean, oh my God, But
this is what my mom did for all those years.
Yeah,
It's just tough.
It's
like on what is it, Step Brothers, where he comes out with the big thing from Costco. He's so pumped he bought his toilet paper. That's awesome. So you attribute a lot from last year to Finks, right? I mean, just like allowing you to be yourself. Like, how did what do you mean when you say he allowed you to be yourself? Like, come out of that shell and just relax and let that elasticity in the arm let it fly.
I want to say, a coach is a coach to me. When you get to college, there's a reason why you're there, and he told me that there's a reason why you're here. There's obviously a reason why you're here, and if not, you wouldn't be playing. So, first weekend, first game, I come out of the pen, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, because I didn't allow a hit in the entire fall,
right?
Until we got to the last scrimmage we had, and it was just something where I was like, okay, he might play me. I don't know, I'm a freshman, but he played me, and he told me, he's like, I have confidence in you, and it's just that little, snap of the finger where, okay, if he has confidence in me, is a reason why he's a college coach.
That's it.
And then just
like I'm supposed to be here.
Exactly,
right.
Yeah. And also the seniors on that team. We didn't win a lot of games. We won 9 games. I would say a lot of that's not on the pitching staff.
Right.
But
he's a PO again. He's got to say that.
Beside the point. But there was 3 seniors. One was a 6th year from JUCO named Michael Million. Shout out Michael Million.
There you go.
I'm trying to get your listeners, man.
That's it.
No, and then Derek Jackson is going to be a cop this year at RPD, also 6-year senior, 25 years old. And then McKinley Stanberry, who went Indy ball this past year.
Nice. I saw that online. The guy going to Pro Bowl.
Yeah, with the Garden City Wind. And he just those guys, like, first time I threw in front of McKinley, he comes up to me, he goes, why the fuck are you here? I go, what do you mean? He's like, you're actually good. Why the fuck are you here? Like why are you here? And it's just they allowed me to be myself, and
right.
and when you're confident,
you're part of a family.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. They, I think too, with the experience you have, and obviously you're going to look out for Josh moving forward. Josh Hester going forward into next year and everything like that. But
it's my brother.
That's it, dude. And you, I know you have it in you, but most guys, no matter who's on, I'm going to try to challenge them to be better. As I challenge myself to be better every day, and grow. Spiritually, physically, mentally, because without the 3, we can't be a complete person.
Oh yeah.
You've been through it. Even a 9-win season, that makes you grow even more.
Mm-hmm.
You go in this year and challenge you to be the leader this year. Be a leader on the staff.
That's the plan.
That's it, dude.
That's the plan.
And I can see it in his eyes right now too. He's ready.
It needs to be February.
He's ready to go.
Yeah, it needs to be February.
Before February, though, we got to take care of some business in the doctor's office.
A little bit.
What's going on there?
This past season, I heard it in October and continued to pitch through it. Did what they call prehab.
So this happened before your first freshman season.
It happened in a scrimmage against Wake Tech
gotcha.
in October, and
I bet that was in Cary.
Oh yeah, it was about 20 degrees.
Love those days.
Oh yeah, and I'm that guy where, are you hurt or are you injured? I go, okay, my shoulder hurts, whatever. This is our last scrimmage. I pitch. Didn't want things to take me out because I was on a pitch count, whatever. Had an argument with him after the game, but that's that dog in me,
Right, yeah, it's a passionate disagreement and trying to find the same page.
Yeah, but so didn't know I did this at the time, but in the winter I did physical therapy throughout the winter, strengthened my shoulder, and we get to February and shoulder hurts a little bit. Can't really throw my slider to the fullest ability, but I'm still getting outs and I'm still striking guys out. And then pitch really good. I had a 3 ERA going into April, and just shoulder starts to grab and just hurts really, really bad. And I couldn't get through it. Jill tried to pitch through it.
Right.
I think I threw my last pitch April 23rd against Methodist. And
did Jill win that game?
No.
Damn. I got a whole Methodist story.
We're sweeping them next year. You can count on it.
You better.
Yeah.
Old guy still there?
Tom Austin?
Do you know it?
Yeah, his kid's playing first base.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But so I ended up having a really good relationship with our baseball trainer. Her name's Julianne Massa. Shout out, best trainer in the world. She
you do that. I got to shout out Jessica England. She helped me through a ton of stuff up there at Morris Hill, man. The back was horrible. So we gotta get them on the podcast.
Yeah, we ended up having that relationship. We ended up having that relationship every day where I could go to her and she would know my moods, even things beyond baseball. She would talk me through them. And then when I'm coming off the mound, she goes, "It hurts really bad, doesn't it?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then some days,
she could just see it.
Yeah, she could just see it. And coming off the mound the final time, she knew. She's like, "Okay, we're gonna send you to a specialist." And I didn't want to,
Right, of
but
course. No,
yeah. And so I go for the MRI over the summer, and there's 2 torn ligaments in my shoulder.
Is it labrum or is it
rotator cuff?
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have surgery on my birthday, August 29th.
There you go. Happy birthday, August 29th.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. And
is it gonna be at the college or like up in Cary or?
It's outpatient in Cary.
Okay.
But it's I delayed it just because they want me to be able to do my physical therapy. And,
when you're there and they can take care of you and walk you through it.
And instead of being down here going 2-3 times a week to some slapdick that doesn't know me.
Which is crazy, man. If y'all listen to the first podcast with Tucker Perry and he's talking about, he's hurting, he's got to have surgery, and the Winthrop coach is like, "See ya." And now you got this, and that's a Division I program. You know what I mean?
D3 lives matter. D3 lives matter.
D3 lives matter for sure, dude. Are you kidding me? You got this Division III school in Cary, North Carolina. Nobody's heard about William Peace University. And they're wanting him to delay his surgery to go so that they can take care of him in his rehab. And that's just, again, it's not football or basketball. It's where you're at. And baseball, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're at with baseball. People are different. And if you find the right school with the right people, I mean, honestly, I hate cliches, but the sky's the limit with that.
It's true. I mean? It's truly been a blessing. The people there. I didn't think it'd be what it was. I just went because there was no goal, and for me it was either, going to Coker College, and being in Hartsville, South Carolina, and hopefully walking on, because I waited a while, and or going to Raleigh, and just trying to be a part of something bigger than just going to a school and saying I played college baseball. I want to play.
Right. Right. And share this, Finks, man, because this is not a recruiting pitch. Dylan Finks is not giving me any money to say this. If anybody is recruited or contacted by William Peace and Dylan Finks and that whole coaching staff, definitely give it a serious look because, like I said, I coach Dylan, and he is a terrific person. A great friend and a hell of a coach, and he puts every ounce of his effort into making guys better, making sure guys that are comfortable where they are, and with I love it. He said he stole it from me. I talked to him late the other night. He said he stole this from me, and I love it. And I was like, yes, 1,000%. You better steal it, because I stole it from somebody before too. And he was, he's like, while they're with us, I'm their parent. I'm the one taking care of them. I'm the guy that has to, be with them on their good days and their bad, help them through their good days and help them even more through their bad days. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. And you can hear, Austin here talking about, relationships and how everybody at William Peace has helped him in some way. But to get away from the surgery for a second, actually let's finish surgery. I won't forget about this when I got you. But you're having the surgery, and how long is it going to take for recovery?
3 months, and I'll be ready for spring. You can count on it. Yeah,
sweet. And it's just they're just cleaning up tendons.
They're going to sew together 2 tendons. It's called a lamination tear. It's not horizontal. It's not detached off the bone. It's the actual vertical micro tear.
Okay.
And it's multiple tears, but they're going to sew it back
together. So it could be way worse.
I was told if I kept pitching, I was either going to dislocate my shoulder and never pitch again.
So it might not be way worse.
Or tear my rotator cuff completely in half if I would have played summer ball, which I didn't.
Okay, gotcha. Did you do any rehab to try to help the process along early?
Or? Oh yeah.
Awesome. But getting back to, obviously, if you're listening, you can hear that and tell that Austin Padgett is obviously a good kid. You went viral back year. Was it senior year of high school?
Yeah, senior year.
A tweet that Austin went viral. They were walking out of the Tanger outlets down here off 501 in Myrtle Beach, and the Rawlings outlet, Rawlings baseball, and kids crying. People are figuring out what's going on, and then you read your tweet, and then now you got a lot of love. I don't know. It didn't get on ESPN, right?
It got on Barstool.
Got on Barstool, and it wasn't just on Barstool. It was on like Barstool. It was like on the little show, and they talked about it and stuff.
It was on Starting Nine, every baseball page on Instagram, Twitter,
right.
on the Barstool, and then like Barstool has that like Snapchat like page, and then they talked about it. Yeah.
So what exactly happened? We'll let you run with this one.
It actually started in the Zaxby's parking lot. I was sitting there. I think I had just like went and saw my girlfriend at work or something at McDonald's in Carolina Forest, and I was sitting there and I was really bored. And I remember my friend Josh told me, I practiced earlier that day. I was like, he told me, he was like, well, Dylan's bat, we think it's dead, you know. And I'm like, well, where'd he get a dead bat? He's from Alabama. So I'm like, well, maybe he picked up something.
Did he just transfer here or something?
The year before he did, his junior year of high school, he transferred in. And we're like, well, why does he have a dead bat? He's been swinging it all season. And he goes, I don't know, man. Like, I'm going to let him use my bat. And got a lot of hate on Twitter for people trying to say we didn't let him use our bat. You know, fuck those people. Whatever. They don't understand.
Dude, everybody's going to say something.
Oh, yeah.
They say a lot of shit behind the keyboards.
Oh, yeah. But I was just thinking, and I just made a group chat. I wasn't the guy, you know, whatever. I ended up getting the credit for it, but I wasn't the guy. I just made a group chat, and then it just all flew from there. Everybody, you know, I had parents pitching in from every family on the team, basically. A lot of guys on the team that I thought would give money, and it just became this amazing thing where we had leftover money to give him after the bat.
Awesome.
And we were able to contact Rawlings and get like a special deal, you know, just because they wanted to be a part of it. And they held it for us, and they had a note on the bat for him. And if you go and watch the video, we blindfold him with this shirt I had.
I have chills right now. So exactly what happened was the kid Dylan Jones,
mm-hmm.
right? He's now playing at USC Lancaster.
Started as a freshman, a catcher.
Stud.
Yeah.
And didn't have much money, the family?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're kind of not as well off as a lot of some people. And he was swinging a bat that just wasn't working. And Austin Padgett got the group together, obviously, and they ended up buying him a bat at Rawlings that day. They videoed it, and like you were saying, you blindfolded him, and
walked him in, and he's like, where are we going? You know, whatever. It's all that BS. Right. And we walk in there, and we walk in, you know, Rawlings, and I'm like, oh God, you know, what just trying to think of every little thing that can maybe go wrong. You know, maybe he knows where we're at. You know,
right.
And
he hears MLB TV in the
background. Yeah, exactly. And I walk in, and I see, and I make eye contact with the Rawlings guy, and he knows who I am. Like as soon as he sees it, he goes, oh. I'm like, bat. He goes, yes. and I go in the back with him, and I bring him out, and I tell my friend that. I go, hey, take my phone, record this, because this is special. I already know this is going to be special. And I didn't know I was going to post at the time. I just thought it'd be something cool, you know, just send his parents, or like, you know, be like, hey, Mom, I did this today, you know, yada, yada. And I come around, and I say, take the blindfold off of him, and I give him the bat, and
I saw the hug. I have chills right now, dude. The hug was sick.
The look in his eye, I'll never forget it. And the look in his eyes, and the appreciation, you know, because he never made any excuses. You could call him at 10 o'clock at night, be like, hey man, I need a bullpen. I need you to catch me now.
Yeah.
Boom. Going right there, gear on, probably there before I am. And, you know, be like, why are you so damn late?
Yeah,
you know, one of those guys, you know, taking swings in the cage till his hands are bleeding, you know, no batting gloves. From Alabama, came from a school where they didn't have grass in their infield.
Jeez.
With a chain link fence and like a scoreboard that had, you know, you see like in the old movie The Rookie, the baseball movie, where there's like light bulbs on the scoreboard. We're talking that.
That's how I grew up, guys.
Yeah, and but
overprivileged people over here with their lights and their scoreboards. Jeez,
Myrtle Beach, hotbed for baseball. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Talent.
Oh yeah.
Our scoreboards are cool as shit though. We can post a bunch of zeros in that hit column real quick. And they're very shiny and they're all together.
Hey, but that
LEDs.
Hey, but that error column works, man. I tell you what.
It does. 1 run on 7 errors, 2 hits.
Real exciting game we got going on here.
But no, that's awesome, dude. I mean, what I want you to do, make sure I get that video or show
Oh
me.
yeah, no
I
problem.
remember watching it, but I want to post it on the Natural Sponge page and everything so
Yeah, no
everybody
problem.
can see it, especially when we post this up. You had a funny story about the clipboard incident. If you guys listen to podcast number 4 with Josh Hester, I hit, apparently, I don't remember this, but I hit a clipboard with a bat after Hester didn't slide. And Mr. P.O. over here, he was probably, he was in the dugout, he says, but he had a funny story about that day.
I was in the dugout a lot.
He's a PO now. I knew what you were going to be before you did. So
Hey, that's all you, man.
the greatness,
All
the
you.
wizard
All you.
over here, baby.
Diamond Wizard. Yeah. So at that point, I was what, like 14, 15, and I was a PO by then. I hit every now and then.
He had to. He was big. If he made contact, it was better than what a lot of people we had.
Can't see, bad eyes. Curveballs don't like me. It's fun.
No, I was used to be scared of curveballs, dude.
You're scared of something?
Yeah, spiders now.
Well,
Spiders. are the only thing.
spiders. Yeah,
Spiders.
obviously.
Yeah, that's about it.
Josh saved me from a spider.
Did
I
you?
think 2 days ago. Yeah, in his
Oh,
garage.
boy. You're all man, bro. The horse. All right, so what's the clipboard story?
So Josh, of course, doesn't. If you listen to podcast 4, doesn't slide at home. Myrtle Beach has this. What do you call it? Like a plate skirt. You know, what'd you call it? The around the plate.
Yeah.
Like a skirt. And stops about there, and the catcher probably has the easiest tag he's ever made in his entire life.
Yeah, he was scared. He was wondering what was going on. He thought they'd call time because Josh just stopped.
So the clipboard is hanging on the dugout fence. The top of the dugout fence is probably about nipple high, and
That's what she said.
yeah, obviously, and the clipboard's hanging probably about my belly button to waist on the fence with a little carabiner, and
William Peace, education again, carabiner. See, my dumb ass, I'm over here, I'm like, that hook. They had that hook on that clipboard there, Bo.
that's a Myrtle Beach word. I don't know what you're talking about. No, so Connor Walters is to my right, and
Obviously, this is before the concussion from the line drive because he remembers this vividly.
this might be the only thing I remember in my entire life. No, but I'm standing there, and all I see, you go, oh, I remember that. You say, move. I go, what?
At least I was polite. I didn't want to hit him with the bat.
And you take this. It was almost like it was a sickle, like you were trying to cut like sugar cane with a sickle, and you take his bat. It was his bat. It was Josh's black 5150, and you take it and. Not like got many hits anyway, but it's fine. And he takes the bat, and I go, what? And I turn, and I swear it nipped my belly button. It slams the clipboard.
Launch angle was money, though.
Going straight down at an angle. Just shatters the clipboard. Me and Connor look at each other. I'm like, I look at you. You go, you look at me like, oh, it's probably a little too much. Probably a little too much.
Got a little aggressive there. Oh, jeez. Everyone's fine, though.
We were probably down 8. Everybody's probably, wishing they were drunk in the stands watching horrible baseball.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
That's awesome. No, my cousin, he coached. I transferred to high schools and played for him for a year before he moved on to a different school. That worked out well. But he, I remember one time we were somewhere. I think we were at Randleman, and something happened. And see, I got it from Trey. I'm gonna blame it all on Trey, my cousin.
Okay.
He broke a clipboard or something. And he went in and he started throwing bats. And my boy,
you did that one time too.
Yeah, for sure. I kicked him one time. I had a huge bruise on my shin for like a month. So I was like, all right, if I do it, make sure I stop my leg before and then finish it through, so there's not that much force of impact. But I'll never forget my boy Mel. Mel's like an outfielder. He kind of like a guy comes off the bench for us, and he literally tells the story to this day. He's like, I remember Coach. He came in and he was mad. He took that bat. He threw them bats. I was like, oh shit! He about to hit me, boy. I was like, so now I feel like I'm Trey to some extent that but at least I asked you to move, so I didn't hit you with the bat.
Yeah.
You didn't get cut by any shattering plastic clipboard glass, did you?
No. I mean,
That's good.
It was just something, a sight to see. A sight to see.
Every game when I'm coaching is a sight to see.
I think you saw more looking in the dugout, obviously, because I was there, than you saw on the field with those teams.
Yeah. Do you guys remember when we were at Ripken one time and the parents are always like walking in the dugout, like at the edge there, and I took a whole roll. I went to Lowe's that day and bought caution tape. And I got there at like 6. You remember that? I got there at like 6, and we played at 8. I got there at 6, and the guy at Ripken was like, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, I'll take it down. There will be no trash left behind. I went down from behind the bullpen, used like 5,000 feet of caution tape, and they had nowhere to sit the whole game. And like one grandpa felt horrible. He comes in and he like moves his chair underneath it. I'm like, "Can you not read, man?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Nobody's allowed in this area."
Rules won't apply to him.
Yeah, but I don't care. He moved though. Oh. But like, I don't know. It's just so frustrating. But I have one here on our little pre-notes. Broken wrist. You broke your wrist?
Well, that also includes you in this story too.
I broke his wrist?
With the bat when you hit no.
I'm
kidding.
It's tough in these dugouts with the Wizards.
You built men.
That's it, baby.
The few, the proud, the Diamond Wizards.
Only the strong survive.
No, it was actually after the day I got cut, my 8th grade year, and the first day of.
I was pissed he got cut. I made a man out of him.
I was pissed all the time back then.
He was. That's why I put Wild Man. You're still a Wild Man, but I feel like you control it better. Like you've grown up a lot. Nope. If you'd have seen that eyeball look right there, nope, he's ready to throw hands right now at anybody at any time.
There was a lot of things that happened this year that when you're losing, you really have nothing to lose. So just
broken wrist.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Anyway, yeah. So I had gotten cut from my 8th grade B team that earlier that day, and first day of tryouts, I hurt my wrist, and I didn't think anything of it. I go, oh, okay,
I remember that.
Keep going.
I remember that now. 100%.
Yeah, me too. And so I think I was the second guy going in to pitch. It's like the 4th inning in this stupid scrimmage we're doing with this like 18-year-old team that's beating us 25-0 with a million kids in their dugout. And
where were we at?
Ripken. We were on Griffith Field.
Was that the team that I yelled at y'all about, the Venezuelan team? Like they don't have bat racks?
Yeah.
And you guys were like, not you two guys, but we had some guys on the team. They were amazed at bat racks. Like the whole game literally was like they were just like putting bats from one bat rack to the other bat rack in the holes. Like it's painted green PVC pipe, you dumbass. Like who cares? Let's get better on the field and watch the game. Why are we worried about a bat rack? So after the game we got crushed, and I went off about bat racks. Like they didn't even have bat racks in Venezuela. That's why you just got your ass kicked.
I remember after that game, you this is one thing that sticks in my mind to pay attention during your coaches' meetings after a game.
Let's go.
You took your piece of gum.
Yeah, and flung it.
Yeah, and you flung it over the fence from the middle of left field.
Like 7 people watched
and the entire team. Of course, I watched it. I was like 13. I watched it land, and he goes, "How many of you fuckers watched this thing land?" And and you're looking right at me. I go, "Shit, damn."
Not me, coach.
Yeah,
eyes on you all the time.
And but anyway, I pitched in that god awful game. It's like 40 degrees, and I'm not a cold weather guy.
We got that tournament for free though.
Yeah.
Shouts to Ripken. Thank you, Cal.
We were their Make-A-Wish team.
I feel like that sometimes. Jeez, oh man.
Hey, Section 8.
Yeah,
Section
always
8.
Section 8, baby.
Section 8.
Always.
And so I couldn't raise my hand above my shoulder. I thought my wrist was gonna fall off. But I pitched 2 innings, get through it with that team. Probably couldn't throw a strike. That was the standard back then.
For sure.
And
we should have had Dylan Finks at the time. He would have helped our pitching staff. No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the whole staff. like I don't know how many times. Turn the page. Another walk. It's like what is that? Major League ball 4, ball 8, ball 12.
We were on a different book at that point. Turning the page.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, Tracy Hancock, shout out doing the scorebook.
Oh man, I remember one time Tracy took me home from a game, and we're in his minivan, right? And it's me, Bryson Reeder, and shout out that kid, and his kid Troy, and we're sitting in his car, and I'm thinking like, oh, what the hell does this guy listen to? He's probably got Bob FM on the
Is
radio.
it the black minivan? He used to call it the Wizard Wagon. He did.
We get out of the Ripken parking lot. He starts blasting DMX.
Oh
rolls
my
down
gosh.
the windows. Sunroof is back. We're blasting DMX.
Oh, we got what?
X gonna give it to him.
Tracy was a G, bro.
Best first aid coach
Ever.
We
got into it. You remember that?
What?
With your dad, with Steve and Pops. Iceman and Steve were at Myrtle Beach at Perfect Game. Tracy got that team together. That was I told Jake Russell, I said, look, man, we're gonna have to fight our way out of here after this one. It's already some crazy vibes in the stand, dude. And we pretty much had to fight our way out of that one. And me and Jake, the two hotheads, were the coolest ones out of the bunch, just making sure all the parents got out of there without fighting.
You were 100% right when you said this, and I remember because you recruited me away from the team I was on back then.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, we were.
Always right.
Yeah.
That's my man Whit Merrifield, 1 for 3 tonight.
South Carolina.
Go Cox. Yeah, Whit Merrifield. Thank you.
Prayers up.
Anyway, so you were recruiting me, and what were we talking about? Mind go blank. What were we talking about?
I recruited you off the other team. The one thing I was right about, or one thing I was.
Oh
right
no,
about.
yeah. You said so in Myrtle Beach travel ball at 12 to 14 years old. You could have a reality TV show.
Oh, 1,000%.
Oh my God,
It's amazing.
and it just. I've never had 40-year-old men try and recruit me to a team. I'm 12. Like, man.
Oh, you said I recruited you?
Well, no, they were trying to recruit me back.
Oh yeah.
They were trying to flip me back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
For sure.
in that first tournament where we wore those cotton shirts.
Oh, that was tough. The white ones? Or no, they were
the black ones.
The black ones. They had the, yeah.
Yeah, 16U had the white ones.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, I pitched good in them. Ain't no problem.
That's it, dude. That's it. So you broke your wrist and then you threw for me, and did we win?
Nope.
No.
But at least you got to ride home with Tracy and listen to DMX.
That was a different day.
Oh.
But yeah.
So this summer you were trying to get ready for the surgery. You did a lot of work. You got the surgery coming up. You said when? August 29th? Your birthday.
19th birthday.
6 weeks? 6 weeks to how long?
To what?
How long is your recovery time?
They say 3 months, but
3 months. 3 months.
it'll be quicker than that.
Gotcha. And that's to come back to start throwing, or is that full?
Not really sure.
All right.
Not really sure.
You hit a lot of ground balls to Josh, and you've deemed yourself his defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I actually made this a point with my surgeon. I was like, hey, am I cleared to swing? Like swing a bat? He's like, yeah, you can swing a bat as long as
PO, I'm a fungo guy all day.
It's just pain tolerance with you, and I have a high pain tolerance, so I was just like,
Obviously with the face laser beam off of it.
So I was like, hey man, let me get you better. Whatever I can do. Whatever days I was off work. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? No, we're going to hit ground balls.
Right.
Like we're going to hit ground balls, and then his neighbor, Josh Foltz, played a semester at South Asian Community College, was his hitting coordinator, and
this guy's got a
yeah,
crew around him.
it's a group effort, man.
It is.
But,
it is. Takes a village to raise a child.
He's gotten a hell of a lot better though this summer.
He has, dude. He's ready.
He's probably taken 2,000 ground balls.
Stud.
It's a lot. And I've gotten a lot better at fungo from that first day.
That's good. Finks will like that. Finks will like that a lot. I want to touch on one thing you said earlier, and I love it. I cannot remember his name right now, and I was going to look it up while you were talking. I got distracted. That happens to me easily sometimes. It was a guy that coached for the White Sox. Give me some names from the White Sox real quick.
Ozzie Guillen.
Huh?
Ozzie Guillen.
Oh, you're all over it, dude. You don't need to look it up. Ozzie Guillen. You know what I'm going to say. Ozzie Guillen. I used to say this to a lot of teams, and Ozzie Guillen was coaching for the White Sox at the time, and you mentioned the hurt or injured thing. I'll never forget that. MLB Network had just come out, and they did a little behind-the-scene thing for spring training. And he's got his little Puerto Rican Dominican accent rolling.
Love
He's
Ozzie
fired
Guillen.
up there.
Love
him, dude.
Love him.
And he's like, if you are hurt, we will get you fixed. You do not be a pussy. You'll go play. If you are injured, no, I messed that all up. Oh my God.
Ozzy would not be proud of that.
No, he wouldn't. All right, so Ozzy said, if you're hurt, do not be a pussy. Fuck you, go play. If you're injured, we will get you fixed, and you'll come back and play. And I love that because guys all the time, like I had to give lessons to tons of kids all the time, and we were watching one kid I used to give lessons to not long ago, and he spent like 20 minutes of an hour workout with a different coach in the same in a cage that was close to us, and he sat down for like 40 minutes of the hour, and his back was hurting, and he forgot to bring water, and he was, you know, and that right there is just the number one thing to me is like if you're hurt, you know, then man up and go. You only play baseball one time. It's a short span.
Everyone has an excuse.
Always. If you're injured, boom, then we'll get it fixed. If you're injured, you need to go to the hospital and you need to get fixed. You're injured right now with your shoulder. Josh was injured with his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Tucker was injured. You know what I mean? With his knees. You know, if we're hurt, that's just at this age. If you're hurt, that's going to be a daily thing. You're going to be hurting every day because how much workload you're putting towards your body, everything like that. But let's bang through this real quick. We're going to finish this deal up. Umpires. How much do you love umpires?
Depends how nice they are. I mean, it's just if they give me calls, then what reason do I have to hate them?
I hate all umpires. I've never met a good umpire. Have you met a good umpire? Not one you like because he gives you calls. So you're talking right now that he's horrible because he's giving you calls that you shouldn't get.
It's the same in the statute. I mean, to me, everything comes full circle. Okay, so see, to me, it makes me so mad when umpires try to make a makeup call.
See, exactly.
That pisses me off
right.
to no end.
That should be nothing.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't
because
happen.
everything in life comes full circle. It's not karma, that bullshit. It's just regular.
The face Josh Hester gives from the Peanut Gallery is priceless.
I've been getting a side eye from him for about 30 minutes. But everything in life comes full circle. So if you get a call, sometime it's not going to be this inning.
Ball don't lie.
Rasheed Wallace. This inning, this game, this season. It could be in your career. It could be your son's game. There's gonna be a bullshit call. It's gonna affect your life.
Right.
And there's no reason to complain.
The ball was fair. Matt Carnahan, shout out, baby. Roll Tide. BCBL. Let's go.
I remember that story. The ball that was 40 feet fair.
Oh my, so fair to this day. And oh my gosh, I want to throw the ball bucket, the bucket of balls back at you, Mr. Umpire. I'm doing very good not saying his name right now. Ball was fair. That was a cheap shot of a call just because he didn't like our squad. Ball was fair. But stealing first base, the rule that they've put in
the Atlantic League.
Yeah, you go. Atlantic League. We were talking yesterday with Connor about it. I forgot the name of the league. Atlantic League. What do you like that rule? What is your take on it? Because I want to jump off the top of the house.
If I have a shitty catcher, a runner should not be on first base.
Or not even that. Like I love the PO on this one. Like the shitty catcher. Like nothing is his fault. But like say you spike a curveball, you know.
I don't throw a curveball.
What do you throw?
Slider.
Okay. Say you spike a slider.
No, it won't happen.
One gets away. All right.
All right, that's fair.
All right, there you go. One gets away. And this guy is literally standing on first base because one pitch got away from you. It makes zero sense.
Well, also, they moved the mound back.
Is that this? They did that this year?
Yeah.
This is stupid.
For the second half after the All-Star break. And
this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
In the Atlantic League, those are guys that have either been cut or have an opportunity to go to the major leagues.
Right.
Or in some form. Yeah, some form. Like what you're taking those guys' careers away, and I get Rob Manfred wants to make the game more entertaining, but you're not going to make it more entertaining by a pass ball getting they got on first base, and you're not going to make it more entertaining by a guy throwing 100 and it getting hit 500 feet because it's now a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Right, and Rob Manfred is so full of shit when he says that nothing has changed with the baseballs.
Idiot.
There's no way.
Idiot.
Like I love the game. I love turning on MLB Network now more than ever because guys are hitting bombs again, which goes back to you're finding ways to add in bombs without guys having a juice, but we're gonna keep guys out of the Hall of Fame. That's horseshit.
Well, I mean,
horseshit move, Rob.
It's just with baseball in general, like if you know the game, you're gonna find it entertaining. It's people that don't know the game that don't find it entertaining.
True.
Like as a pitcher, I'm like, oh shit, he just came in with a slider down. It's a 2-2 count.
And I'm gonna guess you're like me. People don't want to watch baseball with you. Like Beal will watch baseball with me, but like
Josh will.
Oh, Josh will for sure.
Yeah.
The four guys sitting in this room are completely different. Like
we'll argue about what he's going to throw next, and they'll be like, "Ha ha, dumbass."
There you go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what would you go here? You change up.
Yeah.
Why? Go fastball back in. You know what I mean? And I'm yelling at the Little League World Series crap. Like, why are we calling this pitch? And this team just lost because it's absurd. If you know the game and it's part of you, it's a completely different vibe watching it. And people, you know, when A-Rod goes yard, or what's it we were talking about, Baez, right? Baez goes yard. Make it relevant for the young guys out there.
Oof.
Baez goes yard, and every kid sitting there, man, look how far that swing, look how far that ball went.
Where's that kid from?
Right, yeah, right. Roll home, North Carolina, baby. Let's go. So, you know, just like in the home run derby, I told B before it started, it was a phenomenal home run derby. Vlad Jr. won, by the way. I don't give a crap what anybody says about Pete Alonso.
We did 73 home
Pete,
runs?
you did, 90-something.
90?
What did he hit?
Oh, Pete hit 70 something. Yeah.
He
Like,
won the popular number.
Yeah, Pete, you did phenomenal, dude. But Vladdy Jr. won the night. He won the whole deal.
The polar bear.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso.
Yeah, whatever. And but I told B before it started, I said, look, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun to watch. Watch the ball fly, but literally watch the swing. So, like, I'm watching a game 4 years ago, you know, by myself, and I'm rewinding. Like, dude hits a bomb. Everybody's like, oh, look how far the ball went. Look what he did. No, I'm rewinding, like, slowing the swing down. How did he get to where he was? What did he do differently? Did he do something that I could put into, you know, my lessons, my workouts, and continue growing as a hitting instructor and a student of the game? Because I said it, I think I said it on the Tucker podcast, and it's super cliche, it's super awful. I hate the quote, but it's the truest thing I've ever heard. It's a baseballism, I think. But you spend so many years gripping a baseball, and the rest of the life, the baseball grips you.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
I never heard that, but yeah, wow.
And that's how it is for me. You know what I mean? And just that factor of always trying to figure out how to get better at the game.
Yeah. Because
you're always in your next moment, and you're always in, like, for you going back this year as a sophomore year, you're in your moment now. But you're also, with your teammates, you're a part of their moment.
Yeah.
You know, how can you guys work together to achieve a goal? And I already know with Dylan Finks at you know, ready to rock and roll this year, and all the stuff he's put in work-wise, practice plans, all that stuff, he's ready to go. And with you and Josh coming in, like, you guys are set up for success this year, especially with Coach Duty coming in.
Yeah.
And USA baseball guy, great lifer of the game. And we'll end this here with you said you had a good story with Coach Duty, and how he wasn't the coach at the time, but actually played a role somewhat in your recruiting to William Peace University.
Yeah, he had to step down because of time with his kids, and also his job running the USA baseball complex, and just he didn't have the resources and the assistants to be able to be the head coach and do all the things the head coach needs to do. A really selfless thing to do. And that was the year that I was about to be recruited. We named another guy head coach, and at that time, Duty wasn't the head coach, but he ends up first guy to contact me from Peace. Things didn't know who I was at the time, and he calls me and he's like, "I need to know when you're going to pitch next." And I'm playing for the Canes, and I'm going to start at 8 a.m. at South Mecklenburg High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's in Cary, and the game's at 8 a.m. So I'm like, damn. Like, I'm talking with my coach. I'm like, is there any way I can pitch a different game, different time? He's like, man, we already told all the other coaches for other guys, because there were guys that were going to, like, Radford and, you know, College of Charleston on that team. That, yeah, whatever. 2 of them have transferred, so whatever.
That's what happens, man.
Go where you can play.
That's it.
And he's like, okay, I'll be there. And I'm like, what? Okay. And he's texting me, you know, before the game at like 6:45, because you can't get in because they blocked the gate, because they think, what crackhead's going to be out here at 6:45 at this high school, and you can't get in there. And so he's texting me, like, how do you get in this place? You know, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, like,
I'm getting out of bed from the hotel
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. Like,
yeah, like he drove, missed his kids, like, either soccer game or soccer practice or baseball practice or something like that morning to come see me play and talks to me before the game. There was another coach from another school there that didn't show me as much, initiative, wanting to get to know me and wanting to, know my approach before the game.
right.
And just wanting to know, like, hey, I'm here, whatever you do, we're behind you. We're really interested in you, yada, yada. Because to me, over the phone communication isn't any, it's whatever.
Oh, yeah. 2019, baby.
But when you look in a person's eyes, things are completely different.
100%.
People say things behind a screen to you that they wouldn't dare say to you for as many reasons as you want, being shy, being scared they're going to punch them in the face, that they won't say to you in person. And it just, to me, a coach being able to talk to me, it's 7:30 in the morning in Charlotte, and it's September, it's kind of cold that morning. And, he talks to me before, and on this mound, we're playing at South Mecklenburg, and what they did for the summer is they put this turf covering over the mound.
They did that USC for Palmetto games.
Yeah, and it's bullshit. But they didn't take care of it all summer, so there's this humongous, probably the size of this half of this desk hole where the landing spot is in the mound. And after the game, they repaired it, of course.
After you're done.
Yeah, but first inning, both coaches are sitting back there with a radar gun, and I'm like, okay, I got to fix this because my landing spot. I'm like, I'm spinning off. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna hurt. I'm thinking about my back. I just got cleared to pitch again after I tore a muscle in my back. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, whatever. And so I figured it out. I go, the coach from the other university leaves. Power to him. Whatever. I end up shortening up my stride. It's the second inning. I figured it out.
How about that? Such an easy fix.
I just kind of figured it out. Second innings and warm-ups and shortening up my stride. I ended up striking out the side the next 3 innings.
Jeez.
I'm pretty sure. That sounds about right.
Sounds good. 9 Ks for the day is good.
Pitched 5 innings, and probably the best control I've had, up till that point.
Right.
And he calls me that night, and he's like, we're going to offer you a spot, whatever. Like D3, no scholarships, of course,
Right. We figured it out. Different ways. We figured it out.
Well, you got to love baseball to play
Oh,
D3.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Different animals down there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But just he calls me. He's like, hey, man, we really love what we see. I see a lot of potential with you. Yada, yada. He loved he's like, I love talking to you before the game, get to know you as a person instead of just talking to you on the phone. As soon as he said that, I'm like, dude, you don't have to say anything else. Of course, I waited a month just because play hard to get.
You'd be that guy.
Yeah, and
get more non-money at the D3 level. He was holding out for
there's perks,
a better dorm.
There's perks, yeah. No, but he just like same thing with things, make you feel wanted.
Right.
And
I think it's what everybody wants with sports, with life, everything. You know what I mean? But that's awesome. Yeah, but I know you're pumped to have him back. I got believed in you.
So pumped he's the head coach.
Yeah.
He pulled me aside. We were playing somebody. We were probably losing. And I was just doing my something bad that just happened. I think we rolled into a double play. Got doubled off somewhere on a line drive, and I sprinted to the foul pole and back, just trying to stay loose in case I'm going in later. And he says, hey, stop. And the night before, I had said something about the team. I go, hey, I know we're not winning a lot, but we have a family here, and that's what matters to me. I don't care if we lose the rest of the season. You guys are my family. I'm going to play for you. That's the reason why I pitched. I'm not going to leave those 3 seniors out to dry. If I can help them have lasting memories on the baseball field, I don't care if my shoulders hurt. Like, what does that matter to them?
The culture, baby.
That's
all it is.
It's not going to matter if my shoulders hurt. No one cares about your excuses. No one cares that I had 2 torn ligaments in my shoulder. No one cares. No one cares. You can have all the excuses.
You figured this out early.
I had divorced parents.
Figured it out early.
Yeah, I mean, people, got some kids have problems in school. Some kids have attention problems. Some kids have whatever. I didn't have a dad at home. A lot of kids that affects. I just lean on my mom more.
Right.
I mean, it's you find a way. I remember you saying something about MacGyver. Finds a way.
Finds a way.
Yada yada. But what was I talking about? I mean, Jesus. But yeah,
just duty being there.
Yeah, he.
being.
Oh no. He pulls me over middle of the game. I guess he didn't expect us to get a hit or something. I don't know, because he was talking to me during an at bat, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm really excited. You know, if you're for your next 3 years, you know, you're going to be the face of whatever we have going on here." And to then, I was, you know, I had second thoughts. I'm like, "What am I doing? You know, where am I at right now?" And just whenever you have, you know, a doubt in your mind, they do a really good job of just letting you know, like, "Hey, this is your role."
And that's the sign of a great coach.
I'm that guy. I don't give a shit if I'm the 50th guy on the bench. Tell me. Don't tell me I'm next in line to get a start. Because I mean, same thing with Josh.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I don't mean to put words in his mouth, but he got bullshitted all year.
Yeah.
Over a spot that he deserved, or at least deserved a chance to get. And he was bullshitted like, "Hey, you'll get a chance. You'll get a chance here. You'll get a chance there." You never got a chance. If you let me know my role.
Right. Be straight up with it. Let them know.
I can succeed, or at least tell me that I'm shit, so I can go prove you wrong.
Right.
I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
Don't just bullshit me. Tell me I'm great, and then don't play me.
Right. We just had a big discussion about that with a coach down here about, you know, don't continue to tell guys what, you know, we're going to do this, 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 and then wonder why somebody's pissed off. Like.
Well, that comes back to Myrtle Beach baseball too.
You never did it.
Yeah. Kids are telling, or adults that want their parents' money are telling kids how great they are so they can get their money,
right, and
not be real with them, which that's one thing I didn't understand when I played for you. I didn't understand, you know, there's a lot to baseball that isn't between the lines.
100%.
There's a lot that, you know, mentality, like I remember you saying.
I'm a big middle guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I remember you saying, I don't care if the shortstop on the other side of the field is my best friend. When we step between the lines, I don't care if he tears his ACL. And to some people, that might sound
horrible,
ludicrous. Oh, you're a horrible person. Yada yada.
Yeah.
If I'm facing Josh, I would die for this man. Right. If I'm facing him in an inter squad,
oh, he's going down.
I don't care if I make him look stupid. I can care less. Exactly. It makes you want to be better. 100%. It's just that mindset. And to you, if he tears his ACL, you know, it's not my fault. You know, yada yada. You're gonna feel bad after, but you need that extra, you know, little bit to get you by.
1,000%. Like I was saying on a podcast about, I remember telling you guys all the time is you have to find something more to play for than yourself, and that's what it comes down to. Just the mental side of it. Every single aspect of baseball is it's easy to go out, throw a baseball, swing a bat, field a ground ball. But the ones that make it are the guys that are stronger mentally, the guys that actually give a shit. Mm-hmm. And we were doing a workout with my boy Lester that was on the first podcast. If I told him, I said, you know, we're talking about footwork at first base. I'm a big first baseman, and we're talking about footwork and replacing feet and different angles to be at for different throws.
Big misunderstood thing by a lot of people.
100%.
Yeah.
Nobody cares anymore.
Little thing.
Yeah. And this one throw we make or whatever, I think it was I forget who threw it. Anyway, we're working on like 3 guys on the field at the time, and we're working hard on Lester at first. And his foot is up, and I'm walking down the line quick, dude. I'm like, let me tell you something, bro. I love you. I wish I still got playing. If I was playing right now, I would run straight through you, but I would make sure that one of my spikes goes right through your Achilles right now. And no offense to you, dog, but you can't be in that situation.
Nope.
And I think it's so easy for guys to not think about at this point because not many guys were like me or still they don't coach like me. They don't talk about those little things. But like, let me go and tell you something, dude. If I'm sliding in the shortstop, if I'm sliding in second base, like you could see my legs right now. I still got, like, Megan was laughing at one of my scars last night. I got scars up and down my shins from playing short and guys taking me out. And I took guys out too, and that's how we played back then. I mean, everybody says that, like, oh, back in the day, we did this, this, and this. But it's true. The game is changing. It's evolving. And the guys that are going to reach the pinnacle, they're gonna be the cream of the crop. They're going to be the guy are guys that have that killer instinct because at the end of the day, the cream rises to the top. And those guys are the ones that have the it that still to this day, nobody can tell you what the it is. Mm-hmm. But they have the it.
You know when you see it.
100%. Like I'm taking a ground, I'm turning to it short, and it's just me. Let's say it's my dad's hitting me ground balls. Bubba's at second. I'm 16 years old. Dad hits the ball to Bubba. He flips it to me. I throw it into an L screen at first base. I do a little hop at the end because I know a guy's coming at me. Guys today, they throw it and their left leg is just stuck right there.
And then if somebody does slide into them, who says it's on accident?
Bam.
You're hurt.
They're broken leg.
Exactly.
It's so I don't know. I'm gonna continue staying with who I am as a coach and what I do with guys, because at some point they will meet somebody that is
like
a real
that.
baseball player,
and they will overtake them.
Right, 100%. So at least they're prepared. You know what I mean? I hope I prepared you guys in some way, at least a little bit.
Well, I texted you. There should be like, I learned a lot under you that I didn't know I learned.
Right.
That, now in college, didn't help me in high school because that was some bullshit. But, in college it's helping me because you're playing with men.
100%.
I took spots from guys that were 24 years old that are in a completely different stage of life than me, that have full-grown beards, that, look like they could be 40.
Yeah.
And and guys that this is their last ride. And it sucks. But it's just like John Gruden said on the other day on Hard Knocks. He's like, you got to take somebody's dream to have a dream. 100%. Because everybody wants to play patty cake.
Everybody's going to give you shit, man.
And I'm not a big sportsmanship guy. I know there's a lot of people, you see Little League World Series, they preach sportsmanship, all that crap. I'm not a big sportsmanship guy because if somebody gets hurt, I'm not going to go check on them in the game. I'm just not that guy.
A guy hits a home run, and I see these kids
Oh,
slap hands
hell
with the kid
no.
that goes
Oh, my
yard.
God. I have no
So
words.
frustrating. And I know there's a lot of people out there, and weigh in on this, for real, on Twitter and everything. Weigh in on this, because I swear to you, I think there's a lot of people that will freak out about this and be like, well, no, sportsmanship is key. And I think there's a difference between sportsmanship and teaching a kid, a male athlete, no offense, not sexist at all, but teaching a young man that is athletic and playing a game is a difference between sportsmanship and teaching him how to grow and mature.
I have two things to say before we get done. Just
Go right ahead.
don't let me forget. I'll say it after this.
No, go right ahead.
No, just shit. Wait, okay. So for me, you're gonna have to repeat the question. Sorry, I'm just still in my brain. So you were talking about something to play for. I have 2 wristbands on my wrist. Of course, I have the South Carolina one, and I have this one is Mount Everest. It looks cool, and I have a hair tie. But the other wristband I have says 843 because that's the area code, Myrtle Beach. The stigma for Carolina Forest pitchers is they're good in high school, and they get to college,
for sure.
and they either get arrested. There's one guy that robbed a bank that threw 100 at our high school, and guys that end up flaming out.
Robbed a bank?
Oh yeah.
Like real life, not Grand Theft Auto bullshit.
On God.
No cap, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, what is that from? I heard some guys I know the other day. They're like, "No cap, coach, no cap." I'm like, What is it? What is a cap? What are you talking?
Just trying to be cool.
Okay.
And then the other side of this wristband, same wristband. It says "Burn the ships." I got this story. You were talking about stealing stuff earlier. I got this story from Coach Will Dorton, who's the pitching coach now at College of Charleston. He was my Canes pitching coach.
Okay.
And it's a story of Christopher Columbus. When he came over in 1492, sailed the ocean blue, all that bullshit. Yeah. When he sails over, and they weren't in America, fun fact for you, they weren't in America, they were in the Caribbean. And, they're getting all these bugs on them, and they can't grow anything because they haven't met the natives yet, and they don't know how to grow shit, and they can't figure anything out, and people are dying, and they have no idea what to do. And his whole crew is going, oh, let's just go back. Everything was fine in Spain. Everything was fine in Europe. We were fine. He takes a match, burns their ships. My wristband says burn the ships. He said, fuck it. We don't have another choice. I don't have a choice but to play college baseball. I don't have a choice but to pitch with the 2 torn ligaments in my arm.
Right.
I don't have a choice. There's no other choice. He says there's no other choice. We're staying here and we're going to succeed because there's no plan B.
The mindset.
Because if you think about it, proverbial, metaphorical ships. You see those ships in the ocean every day when you're getting bit by mosquitoes in life and you're getting just gnawed on by little blood-sucking people in your life.
Right.
And you're getting, you're getting hit on the head with a log because you can't build a house because you're a dumbass or something and you can't grow things in the ground and you have no idea what you're doing. If you see those ships, then you're going to think, oh, okay, I can quit. I can quit. But if you don't see those ships, only thing you think about is the progress you've made. and how far you've come, and you go, okay, well, what can I do to get to this next step?
Money.
The other
Money,
wrist,
dude.
other wristband I have, I only wear these two when I pitch. I take all the other ones off. I wear Burn the Ships, and this one, it's a loci. It was pink, but I wear it all the time, so it's
So,
faded.
did you make the 843?
Yeah, I
Super?
did. Yeah,
I need one of those. Need one of those.
no problem, brother.
336 trade folk. Shout out to you guys though.
I was gonna make one for him for A64 for the Ville up there in
Oh.
Greenville.
The Ville.
And
You ever seen Khalil Green up there though?
Oh.
God, he sucked.
only place you see him is on the Clemson wall.
That's it. I know he's a ghost now, man. I gotta find you. Khalil, listen to this podcast, buddy. I need to find you.
So the other, I don't know if you call it a wristband, but the loci bracelet I have is for the breast cancer. Because my mom, she had breast cancer. My
Yep.
mom, I didn't know this until I was like 15, 16. When I was 12 years old, she just had breast cancer surgery. She had tubes coming out of her body watching me play baseball.
Right.
And of course, Will Brackett, his dad was her
Shouts to Doc,
was her
baby.
cancer doctor. Saved my mom's life.
Shouts to Doc.
Love that guy. And
He's actually, no joke, he's actually cut on my wife a little bit.
he's
She
awesome.
had
Like
a
he's
wrist-
awesome.
He's
awesome guy.
Doc is a blessing to this area
It
for
is.
sure.
He's awesome, and he was able to get everything that was in my mom not using chemo, and just the most amazing. My mom had already picked out wigs, and he went in and told her, Of course, I found this out years later
Right.
because I wasn't mature enough. Of course, I took care of her because there was nobody else to take care of her at
Right,
home.
you did
But
your thing, man.
yeah, but
And that helped you grow too.
no shit. But she told me later, she's like, I already picked out wigs. I already, prepared to have, all my head
You're ready.
shaved. I already had an appointment, yada yada. And he went in and told me, I don't think we need to use chemo. And just, I always have her when I don't have her, up in Raleigh because she's back at home. She's doing her thing. But I always have her on my arm, and there's bigger things that I can,
Motivation.
yeah, and just all the things she's done for me, all the miles she's driven for me, man. Just there's a lot of people that want to see me succeed. There's a lot of people that want to see me fail in this area code.
Right.
There's a lot of people that want to see
Oh,
me,
you know it, man.
me and him fail.
Oh yeah.
I'm making a wood sign when I get up to Raleigh. I'm going to Home Depot,
There you go.
Home Depot for the people in Conway.
Home deposit, pops. Iceman, home deposit.
I'm making a wooden sign. I'm nailing it above my door. I don't care what I have to pay. I'm nailing it above my door when I walk out of my room. It's gonna say someone wants to see you fail today, and there's people that are think they're close to me, and think that they know me, and they know a lot about me, but they want to see me fail, and
That's gonna be forever too. Not just one round.
exactly. And the moment you realize that, I know I have Josh. He doesn't want to see me fail. I have really, really 1-2 friends right now.
Right. And I'll never forget. I was at a young age. My dad would say, "You can count your true friends when you get
My
older."
dad said the
one
same
hand.
thing.
Yeah. And dude, besides my people I live with here in my family, and my mom and dad, like, shoot, my best friends, I only see them. There's 2 of them. Like you said, I see them maybe once a year.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about Jake. He's moving up to Virginia. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy, dude.
And I know he has my back, and I have his back. I'd do anything for him, like hitting him 2,000 ground balls in the summer.
Right.
Some people would be like, "Man, you got to pay me for this shit." Like,
Right.
man,
That'd be me.
no,
Why are you gonna stop?
no lie, bro, no lie. No, just like
Pat Padgett learned the infield from the best. He was in there all the time when he wasn't pitching, listening to me talk about infield. So he just learned it all right there.
no. Whenever I come off the mound, couldn't throw a strike.
Yeah.
Take off my cleats, sit there in my socks. Hey, John, what's going on, man?
I don't know. It's 18-2 again. I don't know, man. No, with the wristband stuff, I'm gonna give you a Gervais wristband right now. All right, Pure Gervais.
Hell yeah.
That's for Amy, little niece, up in Ohio. You don't have one? I got one downstairs for you. I'll give it to you before you leave, dog. All right. Oh, BP just gave you one.
My
There you go.
wrist is too big for this.
And I actually have this one here that that's
Yeah,
Gervais. This
yeah.
one actually here is a straight Amy bracelet.
That's awesome.
So I'll get you that one down there. These actually glow in the dark.
Let me see.
Ooh.
Yeah, these are here.
Give me
So
that one.
I got them
You know?
downstairs. They're in my bag. I got you, cuz. But no, man, great stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Especially after the surgery, I want to. By then, we'll have all this. Kids go back to school next week, so
Yeah.
down here we'll be able to. I'm gonna have a few hours Monday, Tuesday next week to get everything squared away with getting the equipment and what we need to get guys on the phone and
Mhm.
have the same quality and all that stuff. and we get that done, dude. Definitely have you guys back on. And,
I mean, we'll be back in October, December. And we'll have a swing by real quick. No
for
problem.
sure, we'll keep this thing rolling, dude.
Even without the podcast, we'll swing by.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Steve on, Josh, soon, man.
Oh man.
So we also, I wanted him to wait till he drops you off at college to give that parental dropping your kid off at college, so it's gonna be fresh in his mind.
Good box of tissues. In
Oh
here.
man.
We're playing Marvin's Room over in the corner.
Yeah, my allergies will. I got married this April 19th, and my allergies were kicking up because nobody's ever seen me cry around this place because I'm
Tough guy.
tough guy.
Yeah.
And my allergies were acting up that day.
Yeah.
They might act up here in a minute when we walk Josh to the car when I see him. The young guy that was the Jeter, entrepreneurish Jeter, wanted to be everything Jeter. He has turned into a good. Look at his face.
Just a kid from the Ville,
The
man.
kid from the Ville.
Just a kid from the Ville.
Little Jeter. He's turned into a great guy. Padgett, super proud of you, man. Everything, young man, you're becoming, and your outlooks, dude. I was telling Josh, I know I moved. Seriously, you're a guy. Josh laughs it off about the mental side of this book right here. I'm gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do. All right, when I get done reading it, okay, I'm gonna
send it to me.
I'm not, well, no,
UPS
because you won't
it.
read it. Josh won't read it. I'm gonna mail this book to Pat.
He's gonna come out of my door.
When you get done reading it, will you read this?
I'll slap in the I'll
Okay, when
I'll
you
get
get
done
done-
reading. I'll hit him in the face with it.
Yeah, when you do that, and then make sure you know it,
Yeah.
mail it back, and then tell him about it.
I'll just sprinkle it in conversation.
That's
Yeah.
it. The guy knows
Hear about roll
Deepak. What's his name? Was it?
Deepak Chopra. What's
No.
his name?
It's DEEPAK.
Yeah, Deepak.
Deepak.
Deepak Chopra.
Chopra?
Like a
yeah,
chopper.
Deepak Chopra.
Yeah. Deepak Chopra. All right. 7 spiritual laws of success. But guys, make sure you check out Gervais Syndrome on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Anything you guys can do to help young kids that have Gervais Syndrome, make sure you do it. Always be nice to each other. We say it every time. Padge, continue that passion you have, dude, on the field. Don't take it out on people off the field. What you got?
CBD.
CBD, yeah, we usually ask about CBD. You take CBD? You ever took it before?
Nah.
You're a guy. It helps, bro. We'll get into that. I'll send you guys the information. CBD. Always shout out my girl Chandra. I don't think I did it last time, but Hipsy Gypsy store in Surfside is where we get ours. CBD helps, dude. It'll help. I think it would really help you too. Like if you took it before you pitched, it's like an anxiety reliever. Take it when you're sore one day after your surgery and you're back throwing. It is. It's also helped me with with anxiety. Helped with arthritis in the hands, back. My back flares up once a month, once a week.
Old battle scars.
You know it, dude. It's tough. It helps. And the funny thing is, it helps my knees, dude. My knees have always hurt. I had them drained back in the day, but they really helps my knees too. It's a God's gift to medicine at this point until they make weed legal. So medical marijuana legal. It's gonna be great. You got anything else you want to tell anybody? You ready to go? William Peace, 2020.
February can't come any sooner.
You guys
man.
will be ready to go.
Also, go Cox.
Oh, jeez.
You didn't give me a Gamecock question, but it's fine. It's whatever.
All right. What's your is Enter Sandman the greatest entrance in all of sports?
Enter Sandman's for Virginia Tech, so good try.
What? Sandstorm. It's a
Yeah.
freaking whatever. Sand something.
Sandstorm isn't the entrance. 2001's our entrance.
As you guys can tell, I'm very educated on Gamecock football.
Well, Duke doesn't have a good program, so why would you be?
In football? Oh my! Oh, dude, dude.
Oh.
Come watch us in October, though. Basketball team's back, baby.
So you just don't pay attention to
I'll watch football.
the big.
I'll watch it.
Well, there's like 5,000 people there on Saturdays, so
Yeah.
not a lot of people.
What do you guys got?
85,000.
85,000.
85. Yeah.
So you're getting closer to University of Tennessee at 115.
We're going there in October.
Are you?
Going to see the Gamecocks win up and
I need some videos from that day. I feel like you're going to get in trouble. Josh is over here with this smirk on his face. He's like,
he's gonna be with me. He'll be
I'm
fine.
taking out some balls, baby.
Story though, I went to the Carolina NC State game. I had no prior experience with anybody from Raleigh. I meet this guy. It's the first quarter. Debo Samuel runs our opening kickoff back. It's 7-0.
Debo.
Oh yes, that's my bike pump. Debo runs the ball back. They have the ball. Guy gets there, like midway through their drive, and guy gets there. He's like 45-year-old guy. It's my mom, Dylan, who I bought the bat for, but I just brought him to that game. He was to my left and then to my right, and before him there was an open seat. Got NC State fan. We're sitting in the NC State section. Comes and sits next to me. They end up scoring on a BS holding call, running back run off the right tackle. And I look at him, and everyone's going crazy, bands playing. We're in the state section. I kind of yell, I'm like, hey, had to happen sometime, right? And he looks at me, hey, motherfucker, you want to go? I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I'm 17. I'm looking at him.
Ready to go.
I look at him. I'm like, you're really going to fight a 17-year-old at 7'7". You need to chill out. and my mom's looking down at me, and she goes, you got it? You got this? I go, I got this. Don't worry about it.
How hammered was he?
He needed to be because they lost.
He was probably drinking IPAs, which is cool.
No.
PP space. IPAs are cool, by the way.
He snuck in
Stalls or not.
He snuck in airplane bottles of Jack, mixed it with his finger,
Hey, I learned a long time ago.
real Raleigh style.
Sponge needs to stay away from liquor, and I do that every single day. I ain't touching that stuff no more. I used to fight myself some nights. Man, best of luck to you this fall. Moving into next year. Best of luck with the surgery. Keep in touch with us.
No problem, brother.
Love you being on, brother. Honestly, dude, keep doing you, because the hardest thing right now is every single person wants to change who you are, and I absolutely love that you found a place where you can be yourself. And at the end of the day, just keep going.
Yeah,
That's
man.
all we can do, baby.
Thank you, man.
All right.